We are going to make a sun catcher. And so what we're going to do is we're going to need a little bit of water and glue, and we're going to make the glue first for what we need to do. So you're going to take some bottle glue and squeeze it in there best as you can. Don't want to do too much because we don't want it to dry while we're working, because you can always put more glue, but you can't take it back once it's dry. Now this we're going to use a brush, which is weird, right, for glue, but we just need to put a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of water in there. Mix it and see. We just want it so that we can brush it. We don't want it any thicker than that. See how it's globbed on there? Keep mixing it. Don't push too hard though and wreck the brush, right? Okay, a little bit more water, just a little. Okay, that looks about right. That's kind of what you're looking for. It's a little bit runny, but you see, I just put a little bit of water. You don't want to just like dump or put it underneath the faucet, because then you're not going to end up with the right kind of glue. Okay, so our glue is ready. That was the hardest part of this. This is super easy and super beautiful. We're going to take a piece of wax paper that's in your kit. And then we have some tissue paper. Different kinds. You have some hearts in there too that are already cut out for you. So this is how you make the sun catcher. You take your tissue paper and you can either rip it up or cut it up depending on how you feel. And then you're going to get your piece of wax paper and your brush full of glue. You're just going to brush some glue on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine. And then put it down there because the glue will dry clear. This will look really pretty in your window. So once you're done, you're going to take your brush. As soon as you're done, you're going to put it in water so that it doesn't dry up on there. And then you're going to go rinse it out as soon as you can. Then you're going to make a frame for it. And so here we made a heart frame that will go on it like so. So all that I did is I folded my paper in half. I drew a V and then almost a half a circle. Then I cut it to make my heart. You could make a circle, you could cut any shape you want to make the frame. Then when it's dry, I'm going to put glue on the back of it and I'm going to glue it down in place. So you don't have to do this part, it's not necessary, but if you want to, it really makes the color. Another design that you can put as a frame around your sun catcher is a letter in your name. Like, let's say that your name starts with K. So I'm gonna draw a big K here with my white crayon on this black paper. Then how am I gonna cut out a K? This is questionable, isn't it? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little bit of ways from it, and I'm going to trace it without touching it, like as if I can't touch that K. Here I go, but without touching it and kind of staying the same distance away from it. There it is. So now I can cut out this part of it. So when you do a sun catcher, you don't have to have the black paper and you don't need to do it. So even if you have just a little bit of tissue paper and a piece of wax paper, a little bit of glue, brush, you're good. But if you want to do this, this is like an extra step. Now, how am I going to cut out a K? So I'm going to, because I don't want to cut, like, I'm making a frame, so I don't want to cut into it, right? So whenever you want to cut in the middle of a paper, you find a place where it doesn't matter that you're cutting, and you kind of fold it a little bit. Not like fold like crease, you just make a little bend in the paper, and then make a little snip. Then from there, you can cut anything in the world. Here we go, I'm going to cut out this K. Take your time because the more careful you are, the better this will look. So I'm going to put this part in the recycle. And here is the K. Now, I'm going to put behind it. There we go. And then whenever it's dry, wow, that is going to look fantastic in the window. So I can just put some glue. I can take this off, and on the back side I will put glue, and then I would glue it down, and I have a fabulous K. If my name started with K, I would love this, but I do think K is a nice looking letter anyway. So here you go. So make many of these, enjoy yourself. Sometime maybe you feel some stress, or maybe you're just bored, or maybe you're feeling super creative. Get yourself a little bit of the tissue paper, some glue, and a piece of wax paper, and just make something beautiful.